Jeff here with an update on our winter storm. I don't like to do this very often. Usually I like to issue my forecast and just kind of let it be, and then of course let you know where I think I may have missed the mark. But in this rare occurrence, since we're not dealing with one storm, please let it slide. I'm going to need to send out an update. I've already recognized a few things I need to tweak. I still think the overall idea of a more southern storm and one that's going to really cause more snow and sleet for much of the Ohio Valley as opposed to freezing rain is still a trend here, but I'm going to have to make some changes, and let me explain what's going on. This was the original post where I thought there would be two systems, or maybe even three systems, with some overlap. I thought the overlap would occur in these areas here with the highest amounts of snow occurring. Now, I think that's slightly wrong now. Hey, it's okay for a weatherman to admit he's wrong, correct? I'm always updating, but in this rare case, I'm going to actually send a full second update. I think instead of the first system sliding through like this, the second system coming through and there being some overlap, we're going to see something more like the first system moving more like this, weakening, a second stronger system moving up in this direction, never quite phasing, if you will, in terms of their precipitation shields over, say, the St. Louis metro area. So St. Louis is probably the city where I've made the most significant changes, although one caveat to that you want to stay tuned for. I think some locations near St. Louis could still see the amounts that I was projecting. So let's go to the surface temperatures. Just a quick update. You can see the freezing line making steady progress now through the plains and into the Ozarks. And nothing's stopping that now. The weight of this Arctic air is going to be in full effect tonight. There's the satellite picture. Now we have the first system breaking off. This is the one that's going to move in this direction. The parent low and the stronger storm will move through the Intermountain West and then kind of redevelop here over West Texas and then shoot out to the east and northeast Sunday night into Monday. This is the newest GFS midday run of snowfall. And what is this? We have two separate maximums of precipitation. Interesting, right? Because when you go back in time, there was one general idea of one stripe of snowfall across the central part of the country. So it's very evident now that the models are indicating that these two systems will stay more separated. The NAM model was really alarming this morning. There's the sleet accumulation with an inch of sleet or greater in these areas. That includes southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas. There's the freezing rain corridor, which I think we highlighted well yesterday. But what is this? The hole in the snow along I-70? Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I got my blood pressure going this morning when I saw that. We'll play that safely now and think that there at least will be some snow in between the two systems. Here's the GFS. You can see there's Sunday night and Monday, and that's snow for southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, with a more southern route to that following storm system. And here's another look at the GFS snowfall accumulations. You can easily see the two separate maximums. There's the European. I don't like to show this very often, but yeah, two separate distinct maximum areas of precipitation. The European, though, we've got to know, and this is why it's not always safe to trust people who share this information without the knowledge behind it. The European has some known problems in its snow fields because it includes sleet accumulation, which, as you know, does not accumulate nearly as quickly. So this is all inaccurate. I think this is accurate, and this is accurate, with the two stripes of probably 4 to 8 inches of snowfall occurring with these two separate systems. All right, let me show you, well, this is the total QPF, or total precipitation. That's the lower right-hand panel. The GFS, you can see the two separate maximums, and you can really see it with the NAM. Let me show you my updated now graphic that I'm just now posting. I want to remind you that this right here, when I say ice, that's a combination of sleet and freezing rain. So I've had to make some adjustments on that because of the difference in precipitation types. Bloomington, I think you're okay. Cape Girardeau, I was higher than local forecast. I still think a good 5 or 6 inches is likely there. Columbia, I've nudged you down just a bit because there will not be the overlap of the second system. Dexter, I've raised you just a little bit. Fayetteville for sure. Indianapolis, I've had to drop that number. I think that heaviest band is actually going to be down here closer to Bloomington, but not as heavy as a foot, probably closer to 8 or 9 inches. Lake of the Ozarks, I think you're in between, and you'll see lighter amounts. Still a decent snow, but much lighter amounts than your friends to the north and your friends to the south and east. Paducah, I've raised your amount. Springfield, I've also nudged you up, but I've always thought Springfield would get that second wave. That occurring mainly late Sunday night, early Monday morning. In St. Louis, I've got a star for you because north and west of town, all right up here, Wentzville, Warrenton, could be easily more than 7, and I think Arnold down toward Festus, St. Genevieve, Perryville, probably 7 or 8. But in between, some locations in the city may only get 4 to 6. So thanks for checking in. Once again, I don't like to do this very often with an update, but I felt it was necessary since we're dealing with 2 separate systems. I wanted to make that very clear. Please share and be safe this weekend. Thanks.